Hi, everybody. We're back with chapter 17 of Sanguine Dominion, our Vampire the Masquerade 5th edition Chronicle. Let's give a little recap on what happened last time. Our coterie have been largely busy the entire time that they have lived within the domain and since this chronicle start. And this is the very first time that an Elysium has been announced, has been called together. A location that is considered sacred, sanctuary, holy ground, a demilitarized zone, essentially, for all kindred Canites to come and do business, to make announcements, to proclaim one another, to debate, and to scheme. It is the first time that so many of the domain's kindred have been in the same place and at the same time. It has largely been the Anarchs keeping to themselves, the Camarilla keeping to themselves, and this sort of shadow proxy conflict happening in the background. But now so many of the court have gathered in one place. Uptown, under the guise of the primogen of the Malkavians, was scrying folks as they came through the doors. Lupe and Deacon's sire Jasmine are scheming to undermine and debase and degrade the Archon Grafton. December has been tasked by Raton Brie, the keeper of Elysium, to prevent the possession and the corruption of the former, once thought dead, Prince Kyle Strathcona. Texas and Longtooth schemed together prior to the Elysium at all to take down and essentially remove Damon Trent from the chessboard in order to elevate and create an environment for Deacon and his sire Jasmine to become the de facto rulers of their clan within the city, the Ventru. Deacon has been tasked with essentially silencing a homunculus of the former primogen of the Tremere, Christian Lavallee. Immediately upon reaching Elysium, everyone started scheming, plotting, and pulling the trigger on horrendous deeds, to be honest. And it is there that we are going to pick up directly where we left off last session. Texas and Damon Trent. Having been transported via the Abyss to a frosty, snow-covered, barren hedge maze on the property of the Elysium, Damon stood in the middle, trying to make sense of what had just happened, enraged at the duplicity of who he thought was Vincent. Now, he is being confronted by Texas. Standing atop the densely packed ice that lay atop the hedges themselves, Texas stands with a blade that drips smoky ash as he draws it from its sheath. Damon has cocked back the hammer on a large, silver-plated 50 caliber pistol. A light snowfall drifts, and their voices, their footsteps, their breathing all comes very muffled as the snow begins to fall more heavily and the already packed snow dampens further. The conflict has all but been guaranteed. Texas, what is your dexterity plus wits?
You want me to roll wits and dexterity or just the
Nope,
total?
just the total.
6.
6? This will be a roll. I would like a single d10.
Eight.
With a total of 8, Texas goes first. You stand roughly 25 feet away from Trent, calculating both the verticality and the horizontal. On an angle to him, he stands at the edge of a frozen fountain. What do you do?
Texas slides down from where he was perched, still staying in the corner, still has Cloak of Shadows pulled up. I think in this moment he gives Trent like one last chance. It's like, we can make this easy. It doesn't have to go like this.
Trent pulls the pistol up and starts pressing around, and he just says, "You don't know what they do to kindred like me when they find out what I am."
We can do it like this. Make a rouse check real quick. I do succeed on the rouse. All right, fuck it. We're just gonna do this now because I want to.
Okay.
Blade in hand, standing in the corner, seeing Trent pull the pistol on him. Texas smiles, and both sets of fangs are descended, and he goes, "I gave you a chance." And he takes one step back, and you can just see a red glare in his eyes. And he steps out of the shadow behind Trent. In that moment, I'd like to swipe at him with the sword.
You step out of the shadow behind Trent, materializing smoke trailing from your limbs, and your cloak of shadows does drop. The action has been taken, and can I please get a dexterity plus melee?
Come on. That's probably not good enough. 4 successes.
4 successes.
Yeah.
Damon Trent was rolling a disadvantage due to the fact that you appeared behind him and you did strike from a point of invisibility. The attack connects, but very shallow. You score a knuckle-deep gash across his pectorals, slashing his fine suit out and drawing a line in the red flesh beneath. Your attack is strength. So what is your strength?
4.
4. And the blade should be adding 3. This blade doesn't seem to cut very deep. But there is a curling black, inky liquid that comes out from the wound, and Trent looks like he is suddenly desiccated. His skin puckers about the wound, and it seems as if he has dried out. It is now Trent's turn. He is going to take a step or 2 back. He is going to raise the pistol. And unless you have an ability to dodge gunfire, this will be a very simple attack.
You, actually.
Okay.
I soaring leap vertically right back on the perch.
Okay, then I will allow a dexterity plus athletics.
Four successes.
Damon Trent cracks off 6 rounds faster than you've ever seen a pistol be fired in that short of an amount of time. And your body is riddled with 3 of those shots. 2 of them are superficial wounds, but the third definitely feels as if you have taken a solid puncture, as if a spear was driven through your torso. Matter, clothing, and bone blowing out the back side of you. You take 4 superficial damage. Non-halved. It is now Texas's turn again.
Do I make it back to the top of the
you do make it to the top.
maze?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Still brandishing the sword. He kind of puts it in his offhand. Still pointing that blade back to him. And he's going to charge dive at him, but he's going to focus his fluid strength on his thrust towards Damon Trent.
Okay.
Follow me on this, though.
Mm-hmm.
I want to lead as if I'm aiming for his chest, and I want to swipe for his pistol hand.
Okay. Go right ahead. I will take a strength plus athletics. Sorry, strength plus melee.
Oh, okay. I was like, can I argue melee?
I would say, yeah.
Let's go. That's 5 successes.
This is definitely the first time that you have encountered anyone in the city that has kept up with your speed, the grace, and the animalistic, predatory qualities that you have. Damon Trent has been burying the lead of what he is capable of for a very long time. He deftly weaves out of the way of the blade, and as the blade passes the pistol, he is going to attempt to fire on you again. I will take an athletics plus dexterity to get out of the way.
Rousing the blood for this roll in this instant allows me to do what?
It will allow you to add your blood potency in the amount of dice to the roll. So if you have blood potency 1, you add 1 additional dice.
Okay. I succeed. Athletics. Blood potency of 2. 7 successes.
7 successes.
Yep.
Feeling the pressure, the danger, and the gravity of the duel that you are in at this moment, you summon every single ounce of flexibility and raw speed that you can. Texas quite literally dodges a series of bullets.
I'm going to use... Oh, go ahead. Keep going.
Nope, that's it. That's you.
I'm using that momentum to bury my hand in his chest.
Okay. Okay.
Strength brawl?
That will be strength plus brawl.
Five successes.
5
So
successes.
my heavy dice pools.
Yeah, these are rugged. Okay.
Yeah.
He bounces backwards about 6 inches, and that's about 2 inches not enough. And you grip flesh and bone, and your fingertips dig in to Damon Trent. He lets out a roar of pain and anguish and frustration, and you will deal your strength in damage.
Okay, so it's 4 damage. Can I rouse the blood in this moment to do something? It's all one foul swoop with the grip, or with the punching in the chest.
Describe what you're trying to do.
Once Texas knows that he's connected, those fangs seem to grow a little bit longer, especially on the bottom, and I want to use uncanny grip to just hold on to what I have.
Yes. Yeah, do it.
Okay. I do get hungrier.
What's your hunger?
Now it's at 2.
Okay.
With that, whatever Texas is grabbed upon, his hand seems to grow almost claw-like. It's not actually, but that's what it feels like as this grip tightens around the chest of Trent, and he looks at him again, that red glare in his eyes with this feral set of fangs, and he goes, I gave you a chance. Now I only have 2 options. 1, I could lay you down here, or I could eat you.
In this flesh and bone twisting grip, you feel Damon Trent's flesh feel almost like stone. And he looks down at the arm that's inside of him. And he looks back at you, and spittle blood coming out of his mouth. He just says, take me dead or don't take me at all. And then he is going to press the pistol against the arm that is inside of him and try to unload to blow the limb off.
Well, there we go.
That is 8 successes.
Yeah, ain't no way I'm finna beat that.
You can crit.
We could crit. What do you want? What do you want in here? I would say it's strength or something.
I would say strength and athletics.
You also got willpower if
Sure.
you need it.
Damon Trent is Vash the Stampede confirmed.
Yeah, I'm gonna burn willpower. I got it.
Okay.
Son of a bitch. 6 successes. Let's do this. Let's fucking do this.
The series of shots rip through the flesh of your arm, blowing through bone, skin, and muscle. And your arm hangs like a thread, barely attached to the rest of your body. Damon Trent looking at you, you looking at him, the now stunted arm hanging out of his torso. It is now your turn once again.
It's barely connected, but it's still in his chest.
It is in his chest. The dead grip of a vampire does not let go when it is detached from a limb.
Aaron, can I, before my arm was ripped off or was blown half off?
Yeah.
Did I have a idea or a discernment what my hand was around?
Rib cage, lungs, and just not deep enough for heart.
Ribcage, lungs. Okay. Respectfully, content warner for anybody who's watching and or listening or lurking for the next scene. I'm going to give you a couple seconds here out of respect for the homies. Okay. Texas, seeing that his arm is barely hanging on, takes his other hand and in a swipe severs the arm from the chest of Trenton. Almost as a wolf would if their leg was caught in a trap. When he swipes with his free arm, and once his severed arm is completely severed, he grabs the end of it, knowing that his grip is still there, and soaring leap into the side of the maze to rip out whatever that hand was holding on to.
I will ask for a strength and brawl. I'm going to let that test be at a +1 because he is fairly devastated at the moment, shocked at the act of removing a limb, and is desperate to be detached from you. Go ahead and roll.
It's 9 successes. Give me
Did you say
something good.
9?
9.
Okay.
9.
Fucking go.
Okay.
Is that a crit?
Damon
I did.
Trent has pounds of flesh ripped from his torso. His pectoral muscles are torn out like ribbons. His rib cage and solar plexus completely torn out. His abdomen, the top, is completely exposed, ribs torn away. You see...
There a moment of surprise?
Oh, there is very much surprise on his face.
Can I
Shock.
capitalize on this?
What would you like to do?
All right. I love you guys. If you'll allow it, with that same soaring leap, once Texas knows that anything has been dislodged, I'd like to continue that leap and bury half of myself inside of the hole that was made.
You're going to try to leap into him.
I'm going to try to leap into him.
Okay. He will get a single turn before that happens. Just due to the way that action economy works.
Yeah.
His chest is completely exposed. His heart is exposed. His ribs are asunder. And he, with a weak hand, not weak because of mortal reasons, weak because the musculature that supports the arm is missing. He points it towards you, the gun. And he coughs out, and it seems as if he's trying to say something, anything to you, but nothing can come out. There is no wind in his lungs, for they are not there. And he is just going to squeeze the trigger of this pistol. And I would like a dexterity plus athletics.
Okay, I'm going to use another willpower for this.
Okay. You need to beat 6 successes.
We can do it. We can do it. We can do it. Okay. What if I meet it? What happens then?
You will receive the dice or the raw damage in damage instead of any additional damage dealt. You'll just receive
It's just the damage rating of the weapon.
Of
He
the
gets
actual
nothing
weapon,
for
yeah.
extra.
Because that was stressful as shit.
You tense your legs, the muscles in your quads, your calves. They are like taut ropes holding back a gigantic ship. And as you jump towards him, he fires out what he was hoping to be one final gigantic barrage of bullets. But a pistol like that only can truly hold so many bullets. You hear bang, bang, click, 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 click. One of the bullets connects, and you take another 2 superficial damage. Go ahead and make your attack roll as you are soaring through the air towards the cavity in his abdomen.
Strength and brawl.
Strength and brawl.
Six successes.
6
God.
successes.
God, dude.
He is going to attempt to dodge out of the way.
Oh, no.
He has rolled 3 successes. You impact into the body of Trent, pulverizing dead organs, crushing ossified bone, and turning to dust a large amount of desiccated muscle, tendon, knuckles. And Damon Trent hits the ground in a splatter of viscera. Texas, you see now the unmoving body of Damon Trent, torn asunder. You look around you, and all over the pure white snow, now falling heavily enough to start to obscure your vision, is crimson. A very stark contrast. Brilliant red across pure white. The aftermath of the destruction of someone who, at the end of the day, did you no wrong.
Drops to his knees. one arm swinging, the other one behind him. He goes, Longtooth. Come on. I know you're around.
You get no answer.
Are you scared? Remember, Deacon's scarier than me, right? Come on, Longtooth.
You get no answer.
Fine. He stands up and he goes and he grabs his arm and he grabs the blade and he's tired. He cuts his way through the garden and just starts walking in a direction. Somebody will find him.
About halfway through cutting through the maze, you hear crashing, manic, a rending of plant matter, snow and ice. And then in front of you, bursting through the underbrush, covered from the top of his head to the bottom of his legs in cuts, abrasions, deep lacerations from what seem to be blades or claws, is Longtooth.
What the fuck happened to you?
His eyes look glazed over. He looks hungry and scared, horrified. They found out.
What?
We're at. We have to get Trent out of here. We have to go. We have to go. We have to go now.
Fine. There's not much left of them, but we can go grab them.
The sheriff knows. He had me fucking clocked.
Shit.
Right off the fucking rip. He's hunting me. We gotta go.
No, you have to go. I'm not. There's no way. You have to go on your own. I'll get Trent.
Yeah, but
I'll figure that out.
They know it's us.
Yeah.
They know it's
us.
Anarch.
Fuck. Dude, God damn it, Longtooth. What the fuck?
It went sideways. I don't know how he saw me. I actually don't. He just made eye contact. And then he made me tell him.
All right. Fine. And he just turns away from Longtooth quickly, and then he musters any strength that he has to go back to where the leftovers of Trent is to grab them. And he runs.
We're going to zoom out of Texas. Longtooth fading from sight. Texas sprinting, leaving billowing puffs of snow as he runs. In another room entirely, Deacon. How would you compose yourself and get ready for having to approach the homunculus?
Strangely enough, ever since the blow up at Oberon, he's been feeling more like himself before he was embraced. And before he was embraced, he never had to compose himself. He was always composed. And so all the aura forming in the world, for some reason, the coat he's wearing is billowing, though there's not a single fan going. He walks right into where this homunculus is, because they've beaten him twice. physically. What's a verbal battle?
It's not hard to find the room where the homunculus is being held. Elysium are largely considered a holy ground, a place where people would never dare to use disciplines or attack. You find a sitting room, a study. The homunculus is sitting at a desk, its eyes down towards the sheaves of papers that are there. And sitting in two of the plush, overstuffed, paisley-covered, gaudy pieces of furniture that also adorn the room are Duncan Howley and a mysterious second figure, a man who sits with a burgundy suit, no tie, white undershirt, a few buttons undone, a coif of brunette hair, 2 earrings. Howley looks at you as you enter the room. Can I help you, Trent? Or can I help you, Hill?
I need to speak with our homunculus friend.
I cannot imagine a good reason that you would need to speak with the homunculus of Christian Lavalley. You understand that you're one of the main suspects when it comes to the death of Christian Lavalley, right?
Which time?
Exactly.
I had nothing to do with the second time. The first time, I woke him back up.
If you had nothing to do with it, then the homunculus will be questioned. It will give its testimony. It will give its last thoughts. And then you will be completely free from any sort of culpability when it comes to the death of one Christian Lavalley, the primogen of the Tremere of Calgary. If that is not the case, regardless, whether you're guilty or not, a lack of interference with this homunculus is paramount, especially when it's from, and I mean no offense when I say this, someone like you. The Anarchs and the Primogen are no good friends.
Someone like me, gasp. Duncan, I'm not going to lie. This were a few weeks ago, I probably would have taken that to heart and flipped the hell out and probably would have got ejected by the Keeper of Elysium. But, and hold on, I'm sorry. D Hill. I haven't had the pleasure of meeting your acquaintance. Who are you? Addressing the man in the burgundy suit.
I'm a friend of Duncan.
Your name wouldn't be Liam, would it?
No.
Okay. Duncan, I don't... I know this is above board. I know, like, the places he lays his head, correct?
Uptown does.
I figured Uptown does. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
I thought I had. Oh. What do I know about Duncan Howley that I can make him fuck off?
You know that he's the primogen of the Nosferatu. You understand that he has essentially become a bootlicker for Archon Grafton, and other than that, very secretive man. holds everything close to his chest, but has always appeared as the most toady, line-towing ivory tower member that you've ever met in your life.
Was he the one that showed up and escorted Lupe away?
Yes.
Then I'll say it like this, Duncan. What I need to speak to the homunculus about will help Lupe.
Okay. Well, I'm sure that you can, as a member of your very well-respected clan, I'm certain that you can understand that there is a certain hierarchy to things. Lupe is an esteemed member of the Anarchs. She is a wonderful political mover and shaker. Many people owe her a clutch of boons. Keeping her alive is in the best interest of the favor economy of our city. However, the interests of her do not trump the interests of Archon Grafton. And the interests of Archon Grafton are to keep this homunculus untouched until such a time as we can publicly question him in order to get the truth of who slayed Christian Lavallee.
Is he looking me directly in the eye?
Oh, just hard. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm gonna try and compel him.
Okay.
Is charisma plus dominate. So that is 6 dice for me.
And what's the resistance pool? I'm pretty sure, but...
Let me open it. Come on. No, I don't want to roll it.
Resistance for compel is intelligence and resolve.
Oh, yeah. No, I figured. I figured it was. Okay.
Yeah, it takes me way too long on the Vampire Nexus to get it up. This is important, so I will 100% like to rouse the blood to blood surge.
Okay.
I pass.
Okay.
That makes that. I'm gonna burn a willpower.
Okay.
To reroll 2 of these. It's not enough. I'm gonna burn another one. I have 2 willpower left. Okay, that is 6 successes.
You meet the gaze of Primogen Duncan Howley. What do you say?
Leave.
He picks up his small collection of possessions off of the desk. A pocketbook, a wallet. Tucks them away. He looks at you. You think I don't know what this does? I'm leaving in a very short time period. It's going to be with my friend. And then he walks out the door.
While he's walking out, I simply say, forget.
Okay.
Wait. Shit. I don't want to... No.
No?
I don't give a fuck about Duncan. No,
Okay.
because I'm good. If I, in this instance, making him forget will make him forget that I just told him that.
Yep.
I want him to forget that it was me, but I can't rewrite memories yet.
Not yet.
If it's with his friend,
The friend looks at you.
I simply walk.
So you're Mr.
You.
Hill, right?
Yeah.
Do you want to have a seat and talk about this? Or do we have to get ugly like you did with Duncan?
That wasn't ugly. That was as peaceful as I can be.
Well, in polite company,
I don't
that's
want to get
considered
ugly.
fairly ugly to force someone out of the room. Regardless, I'm not your enemy. You want to have a seat and talk about this?
I just need to have a word with the homunculus. Please follow your friend. I know you're gonna come right back in anyway, because I didn't change the memory. I don't mind y'all knowing.
So, okay. There's a very famous, if you have, Howley's going to be gone for a minute. There's a very famous stand-up bit from a man that I used to watch. He's kind of fallen off. I'm not a huge fan anymore, but he had a really good line where it's, I am truly loyal to whoever paid me last. And, you know, it's, you know, it was Pepsi last week. So, you know, Coke, fuck them.
How much?
Well, I don't want money. Money doesn't do me anything. Favors. Favors from an individual who just had his sire come back to town. Who is a member of the Ventru clan, who has wonderful allies in the form of Lupe Escondido and December and Texas. That
Major
I can
liner.
use. I would love a major boon. I would love a major boon. I'm going to forget that we had this conversation, and if anyone asks, Duncan Howley wasn't even in this room. And it was just me, and somehow somebody got it. My name is Emmett. My name is Emmett, and I am a representative of the pyramid. Tried and true pyramid. I'm not actually going to be speaking on behalf of the Tremere in this city. Christian Lavallee, though, is unfortunately my responsibility at the moment. So yes, if this problem quietly goes away and we don't have a gigantic blood feud between the Ventru and the Tremere in the city, and I don't have to go and clean up his chantry because God knows that there's a mess, and somebody else goes and clears it all out, then I get to go back to Toronto, and I get to get back into my study, and I get to leave this little backwater podunk fucking nowhere of a city.
You don't make the weird monsters he makes, right?
He blinks a few times.
Yeah.
I wish I knew what you were talking about, but I'm
that's
also
the
glad
issue.
I don't.
Because there's a lot of shit that he was working on. Some Sabbat type shit. And I don't need this thing connecting us to whatever bullshit he was making and trying to tie us into it.
Mr. Hill, your business is your business, and your business seems to have intermingled with that of a now dead member of my clan, you know, of which, as far as I'm concerned, you had nothing to do with. So, if you would please, I would like a marker of the boon.
Deacon reaches inside of his inside pocket a completely, I can't remember the actual name for the darkest type of black.
Vanta Black.
Yes, Vanta Black, embossed in gold. There's just a D in the middle of it, and on the back of it is a Ventru, is his version of the Ventru symbol, which is the sword and scepter crossed, being held together by a red crown.
He snags the card. Huh. All right. Thank you very much for doing business with me. As far as I'm concerned, we never met. I will be calling to collect on this very likely sooner rather than later. I have some business that's going to have to be conducted in this city in the near future. And
I have an idea that business already correlates with what I've got going on. So
I would love if that was the case, because the quicker that it's resolved, the better. I will be in touch. Thank you very much, Mr. Hill. I hope we never actually meet like this again.
I appreciate you actually being a peaceful business partner, if I can call it that, because a lot of people tend to go the other way. So I'm glad we can conduct business like Kindred.
I appreciate your candor. I will, I'll be in touch soon. And then he gets up, he rolls his sleeves down, he buttons them up at the end, he straightens out his suit, and then he walks out the door, leaving you alone with the homunculus.
Does it? Are its eyes open? Does it seem like cognizant of what's happening, or does it seem like a thing that is just like activated based on who's talking to it?
It seems fairly cognizant. As you're moving about the room, it kind of responds to it. Its head is pointed down towards the table, and it isn't particularly involved in what's going on, but it does seem roughly there.
Okay. This time I'm going to use Mesmerize, which is another rouse check, because I have to actually be able to say more than one word.
He looks up at you as you're about to mesmerize. You and yours, they killed me.
I did nothing of the sort. I'm going to roll. Yeah, my manipulate and dominate. I don't feel like fucking talking to this guy. How lucky can I get? I'm going to roll another. I'm going to rouse the blood again. I've been passing checks. Holy shit! I passed again.
Okay.
All right. It's the willpower that I'm running low on. That is 6 successes.
You are giving it what directive?
When it comes to myself or my coterie, you will always point the finger at Duncan Howley.
Okay. Yeah, I can do that. You see its eyes are a little glassy. It's not quite human. Not quite sapient in the same way as humans are. But it does look at you with a tad bit of recognition.
And just to specify, I kind of shortened it for the sake of keeping it short. When it comes to me and my coterie destroying you, it was Duncan Howley. We had nothing to do with it.
Yeah, that sounds fine to me. Can I ask you one question?
Sure.
Sort of like a quid pro quo thing, sort of.
Oh.
I have a foggy memory of when I died. Was there a big gray fella there?
I don't have an answer for that. And I wish I did.
If there's like a really big gray, God, I forget exactly what he looked like, but I had to take care of him from time to time. If he's still alive, could you tell him that I want to meet him? Maybe we can I've got questions. I think.
If I ever meet him, I'll make sure you get your questions.
Okay. Are they gonna kill me?
No, I think they're just going to ask you a few questions themselves. Then they'll probably let you go on about your way.
Okay. Okay.
But does this room have a window?
It does, yeah. Yeah, window to the outside. It's on the second floor.
But for now, I'm going to bid you adieu.
Okay.
Have a night. And I go over to the window and I open it up because I can't help but fucking auriform. And the wind blows in and blows my billowing dark red trench coat out. And I go, I'll keep a lookout for a big gray man. And I'd leap out like Sin City and just...
You hear behind you as you're like standing or crouching in the window. You just hear the homunculus under his breath say, "Oh my fucking god, he's so cool. What the hell? That was awesome."
As I land.
I got the window.
It's a definite 3-point landing.
Yeah.
Not that I got the window. God.
And as he stands, it was told he didn't have to do this at all because he's just gonna walk to his car anyway, and everyone can see him. But he adjusts his thing and just walks.
Yeah. Okay. All right. As you walk away from that scene, successful. We're gonna zoom out. So now we are going to catch up with our good ministry member and the individual who has tasked her with interfering, is the most gentle way to say it, with Archon Grafton. Lupe.
Yeah.
About 20-30 minutes pass. You mingle, you hang, you make nice, up until you are signaled by Jasmine, Deacon Sire. She waves you over to come and join her in a private parlor, very briefly.
Okay. I will follow suit.
She stands there, lighting a cigarette, not caring for indoor smoking laws or anything like that. This is Elysium. You can figure that out. So, it's about time. We are going to be going and interrupting a private meeting that our good Archon Grafton is having.
I don't interrupt meetings, I start new ones.
Good. I'm gonna need you to clear the room of anyone that is in it. And at the moment, I believe she's speaking to Keeper Bree, a collective of her own ghouls, as well as one of, I believe it's, what's their name? It's one of the Anarchs. It's getting a little heated, so it might be a good time to step in, but it's the one with the mohawk. Fox, Deacon's paramour.
Trying not to sneeze. Fox is in there?
Fox insisted on being in there.
Of course he did.
They're
Alright.
being subtle, so perhaps it's time for us to make our move, get people to scramble, and then...
Of course.
Okay.
Take advantage of the chaos.
Yeah.
Nervous.
I'm always nervous when I'm about to start a feud that might last a few centuries.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Okay, time to go. And she starts striding off, her heels clacking against the linoleum floor. And you stride into what can really only be described as a sitting chamber. A circular, round oaken table sits in the center of the room. Just off into the corner, surrounded by bookshelves, is a grand piano. There is a circle of kindred that are standing and seemingly in the midst of a fairly heated discussion. Archon Grafton is standing over Fox, pointing a finger into his chest and saying, I am not looking for the opinions of pissant little brouhaha that have decided to take attitude with an Archon of the Ivory Tower. I understand that you may have grievances, but truly, if you actually wanted to put me to task when it came to taking care of this city, you would do it through the proper channels. You would gain boons, you would gain influence, you would get $1 to your name. You would have other kindred that believed in you and your cause, and at the moment, the only thing that I can see that you have going for you is a shitty punk band, a fuck-ass hairstyle, and the ugliest goddamn knockoff Demonia boots that I've ever seen in my entire life. You can get out of my face, or I can have you dragged out of here the second that Elysium is over. You can talk the mess that you want to talk, but my young Fox, fuck off. Fox looks to Grafton, and you've seen a plethora of emotions come out of Fox. Anger, frustration, cattiness, so much. Right now, it is a side of Fox that you've never seen. Calm, cool, collected. Okay, Grafton, you're going to let me talk really quick, and then I'm going to make off. My friends just walked in, and it looks like they want to have a conversation with you. So, I'm going to leave this on the most gentle note that I possibly can. If someone doesn't kill you in the next 6 weeks, I'm going to. That's a threat. You came into the city and everything started going to shit. I know what you are. I know that there is a strange monstrosity inside of your head riding you like a greased pig. If you, for even a single moment, think you're getting out of this city alive, you have completely mistaken the caliber of kindred that you're messing with here. It is a kindness that I'm warning you, because I could just take off your head at any moment. I know where you live. I know that you have a absolute plethora of gun-toting goons underneath your belt. I also know where you sleep, where you put your head every night, because I've been watching you and hoping against hope that you might be different than the rest. But you came here, and that creature got its greedy little claws in you, and it turns out that you're no different than it. So, you have roughly 45 days, right around there, to leave the city. And then you have really the chance to get hunted, because I'm following you. I'm going to kill you. That's all there is to it. So leave now and live for a few more years, maybe? Or you can die in this fucking frozen wasteland, and I can bury you. Choice is yours. I hope you have the night you deserve. You tacky fucking whore. And then Fox turns around and leaves the room. She looks aghast for a moment. Archon Grafton looks just her composure shot for a moment.
My.
Fox walks past Lupe and just trails a hand across your arm and says, "Later."
My. My. What a ruckus.
Grafton looks towards you. Just riffraff. I'm so sorry. Is there anything that I can do for you? I know I said I'd make myself available for the evening.
I did want a bit of your time, if I may. Is Bree in the room?
What's that?
Is Bree in the room?
Ratonbri is in the room. Ratonbri is leaning up against some bookshelves, smoking a cigarette in a cigarette holder. Actually, it's a cigarillo, scented plum and wine. You smell it billowing off,
Man of taste.
and he is leaning up against the books, and seems to be reading a chap book of some unknown origin, listening to the entire conversation. The ghouls, two of them, are standing around Grafton.
I was wondering if I might steal a private word.
This is about as private as it gets. We're in a private parlor with the keeper himself, as well as my two personal attendants. Anything that I need to hear, they can hear.
I think I'm gonna make sure Awe is up, but I'm direct. Am I able to direct Awe? Like, if I only care about directing it towards the ghouls?
Awe hits everyone in his activation.
It hits everyone?
Yeah, it is on or off.
Fine.
Mm-hmm.
I will do it.
Okay.
It's manipulation and presence.
Manipulation and presence.
Okay.
Quick note. Just
Yeah.
because some of our players are new, there's something to be said about wanting to really put as much oomph into something when you know that someone is bloodbound to another. These ghouls are going to be toady, bloodbound mortals to Archon Grafton.
Okay. Manipulation. Presence. Actually, I will rouse the blood to get an extra die, because I feel like being extra.
Okay.
I get hungrier.
If your
now
blood
it's too
potency is at least 2, you get 2 dice.
I only get 1, I believe. So that should be... Okay, perfect. Oh my. That is... 2... 6 successes.
6 successes. Okay. What do you say?
It's really a very sensitive matter. I would really appreciate a bit of privacy for myself. She holds her hands up, oh so innocently.
Jasmine looks to the two kindred that are there. Or sorry, the two ghouls that are there. Then back to Grafton. Her hands are held behind her back, clasped, standing prim, proper, put together, composed. Grafton looks to her two ghouls. fine. I can acquiesce to the fact that sometimes matters are very specifically for Kindred ears only, but I will not be forcing Mr. Bree out of the room. That is his place. But my ghouls, and then they walk out of the room.
She looks over at Raton Bree and kind of gives him a little wave. Good to see you again.
He's like reading his book. He looks up. Takes a long drag off the cigarette. Pleasure as always.
I'm gonna look. So Jasmine's in the room with me.
Jasmine's in the room with you. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
It's actually me. She speaks up. Jasmine does. It's actually me that wanted the word, truly, privately. Thank you, Lupe, for being an intermediary for the meeting that I'd like to have here. Archon Grafton, I have heard that there are several murmurs going on in the city about duplicitous individuals that are working against my child. You can understand how that might rub someone the wrong way, especially when they are a kindred in good standing that has no marks on their record, who is an influential individual in their own merit, and as far as I've seen, until potentially proven otherwise this evening, has been an upstanding investigator in the death of not only Kyle Strathcona, but Christian Lavallee. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, none of that matters and is of no merit to the Archons anymore, due to the fact that Kyle Strathcona is alive, correct? And Grafton nods. Yeah, that might be the case. But point of the matter is that Kyle Strathcona, the prince of these lands, were attacked. And there was some sort of foul happenstance on the night where we thought that he died. And potentially, you know that some things are a fate worse than death. Sometimes it is a plot most foul that gets punished and not actually the deed. You know, guilty until proven innocent for our kind and all that. Now, Jasmine sort of gets a little, Okay, so let me ask you a question. Do you intend on ruling the city and continuing to treat my child the way that you have been, with derision, subterfuge, and attacks on his good name? That's really why I'm here. Grafton says, the Camarilla and the Anarchs have a long storied history of contention. We try to get along, but we are fractious, and sometimes there's things that slip between the cracks, and those things can be, well, the reputations of Kindred. I don't plan on acting any differently. And if your child decides that he doesn't want to play for the winning team and join us, continue bandying about his reputation in the name of the Anarchs, then yes, I'm going to assume that he's working against me. This domain has been rife with foul politics. That degenerate man, Trevor LePage, has taken this entire domain under false pretense. Now I work to get it back. If your child suffers because of that, that is of his own doing. been so fucking nice. I could have came so much earlier. I could have stopped you from coming to this fucking city. I could have destroyed you. Hardestad's blood runs through my fucking veins, and you have the vitae of a harlot, a loser, a degenerate. You are scum. You are just a sensation, craving, craven, disgusting worm of a kindred. Grafton looks aghast. You understand who you're speaking to?
I'm just leaning against the piano while this is happening near Bree so I can stop him if he tries to intervene.
Bree puts out his cigarette, sets down his book,
friend.
and starts walking towards Jasmine.
Old friend.
You know I have to stop this.
Don't you want to see how it plays out?
I want to make sure my Elysium stays sacred. That's what I want to see. I lose every bit of clout that I have if this goes tits up.
I am standing in front of him.
Okay. Don't do this, Lupe.
I would rather not.
You know what happens when you use a discipline on the Keeper of Elysium within their own Elysium? Do you understand the repercussions of that? There's no going back.
And that's why I'm not going to.
I'm going to walk over there. I'm going to stop this altercation.
You lose no credibility if you were never here.
I love bandying words with you so much. You are a very clever coordinator, and you are a fantastic individual when it comes to scheming and plotting. You are going to call in the boon that I owe you and force me out of this room, or you are going to let me go and stop this.
Fine. Bye. She'll blow him a little kiss.
We're square. And then
We're square.
Bree walks out of the room. And as he does, he looks to Jasmine. They exchange a glance. And then Jasmine looks to Grafton. Lupe, would you mind coming over here for just 1 second?
I will approach. Yes.
Jasmine sweeps her hand towards Archon Grafton. Ripping the veil from her eyes. And then Jasmine looks to you. Hold her in place.
I will.
I would like.
I'll use Eyes of the Beast to do it, so I don't have to touch her.
Eyes of the Serpent.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Eyes of
Okay,
the Serpent.
that's what I
Sorry, I
thought,
was
yeah,
looking
yeah.
at the wrong part of my
All good.
character sheet.
Okay.
I doubt I'm stronger than her. She's a lot older than me.
Right.
Charisma and presence. That's a lot of dice. Give me just a moment, please. Charisma. Presence. Alrighty.
And what is the opposed roll?
Wits and composure.
Wits and composure. Ooh.
Yep. I'm gonna burn a willpower to reroll 2 of the die from the pool. Because I only have 2 left. Okay, that is 4 successes.
And just for your edification, Aaron, a vampire victim can escape paralysis on any turn after the first by spending willpower.
Gotcha. Jasmine looks to Grafton as she freezes in place. Kneel. Grafton is
And
going
that would
to
break
spend-
that would break Eyes of the Serpent, right?
Kneeling?
Mhm.
No. She keeps eye contact with you.
I was gonna say she can't move. But
Oh, that yeah.
I
Okay.
would
Yeah.
I
No,
would let
understand.
go of Eyes of the Serpent.
In order for her to kneel. Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
The Archon on the shakiest knee. You've heard rumors about this lady. It seems as if there's so much that goes on inside of her head. She doesn't usually crack under pressure like this. There is a very shaky, almost fractured way that she has been speaking this evening. Not confident. Lacking. She seems less than tonight. And it's hard to pinpoint exactly why, but on the shakiest knee, she kneels. Jasmine looks to her. Good. Good girl. You fucking Archons have for forever and a day thought that just because some lofty monster that stands above you gives you an order, thinks that you can run roughshod over the clan of kings. You heard Fox. You heard exactly what he said to you about killing you, right? I'm going to help them. Your days are numbered. And then she gets down, puts her mouth to her ear. When I bury you, it's going to be 3 fucking feet deep. Because you are only half a kindred. You are not enough. You've got one chance here. This is basically a coin flip. I hope your strength of will is truly what you've said that it is. Because if it isn't, this is going to look like a very messy accident. Now, before I make this roll, we're actually going to smash cut away. Because it's going to be appropriate. We're going to take our human break first. And then we are going to come back to Uptown. But you'll understand why when we do come back. Folks, stick around. Will be a hot 10 minutes. Tell your mom, tell your dad, tell your mail delivery person, tell your garbage collector, tell your local grocery clerk, tell your local politicians, tell your dog that I love them. We will see you in 10. Goodbye. Hi, everybody. We're back. We left you on a cliffhanger just moments ago. And now we're actually going to rewind the clock ever so slightly. Oh. Uptown.
Mm-hmm.
In the guise of Vinny, you're making your way throughout the Elysium.
glad handing.
You've been checking auras. You've been looking at souls. You've been looking at the moods and demeanors of individuals all evening, and it has brought up a bit of a thirst.
Mm-hmm.
What would you like to do?
Well, I like to imagine that I've been, shaking hands, reintroducing, but for Uptown, it's introducing for the first time, meeting the varied kindred of the Camarilla, establishing myself as Primogen. If there's any Malkavians here that are seeking advice, I guess I do my best. But
Sure.
It gets to a point where Joe's voice is kind of starting to nag, like it usually does.
Okay.
Oh, and so I think he's going to look for the Keeper.
Look for the Keeper. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So
make my way through.
Yeah, a short time later, you find the Keeper of Elysium, one Raton Brie, futzing around in one of the many studies. This one with a grand piano, and it's a sitting room. Seemingly absent of any other kindred this early in the night. He seems to be enjoying the company of a young leashed individual, as well as smoking a cigarette. He has his feet up on a plush chair and is using the young man as an ottoman. He regards you as you come into the room, and he looks down at the man, and then he looks up to you. Yes, Vincent.
I'm so sorry to interrupt, Keeper. I was hoping that I could arrange for a drink. I've been scanning people all evening, and it's finally starting to take its toll. And I didn't want to go out of my way to make a mess so close to Elysium, so I figured it would be best to just ask.
Cardinal sin.
I know. I'm willing to pay, if that helps.
Are you certain that you want to owe me anything? You know where we stand.
Well, I suppose that depends on what you're going to charge me now, doesn't it?
Feeding on Elysium grounds. My personal stock. We are not friends. I owe you nothing. Major boon. And I'll allow it.
Vincent chews on that for a solid moment. All right, we have a deal.
Your mistake to make. Down the hall,
Mm-hmm.
in the kitchen, you are going to find a collection of cold, half-coagulated blood bags. You can have 2.
Okay. Suppose that'll have to be enough.
If I find out that you have taken more than 2, I'll get the blood back myself.
Deal.
Deal.
And he offers a hand to shake.
He takes it.
Oh, I suppose you need a marker, don't you? Kind of reaches into his pocket.
I don't think I need a marker. I'm going to call this one in.
Oh.
Yeah.
Certainly. What can I do?
I want a tag to be put on someone. And I need it maintained. And if it just is destroyed or disappears, I need another one put on. And this is going to go on for 2 weeks.
Okay.
Okay.
Who's the individual?
The individual is Texas.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I'm fairly certain that he can't catch me doing it. So I suppose there's not really any risk for bodily harm. Just the tracker? That's it?
And subsequent replacement trackers if he does find it. I want it on his person.
Like in a jacket pocket type deal.
In a jacket pocket, on his motorcycles. I want to know his every single move.
Okay.
Okay.
I think I can make that happen.
Okay.
All right. Then we have a deal. Very good.
We have a deal.
All right. I shall retire and feed the beast. Thank you very much, Keeper. I excuse myself and I walk down the hall to the kitchen.
You walk down the hall. Sorry, go ahead.
Okay. I was about to say, unfortunately, it only slakes one hunger because of my blood potency, but one's better than none.
As you're walking through the halls, and you find yourself doing what Uptown does.
Snooping
and listening, investigating, looking under rocks. Can I please get an intelligence plus investigation?
Intelligence or wits?
Sorry, wits plus investigation, yeah.
Okay. Wait a minute. I need 2 of these, not 1. And I assume my specialization doesn't apply for profiling.
No, it does not.
Uh, 5 successes.
5 successes, okay. You're standing in the kitchen, chugging down disgusting, half-coagulated, gnarly blood out of a bag. And you crank up the senses for a moment. You start looking around. You peruse. You look for gaps. And you see it. In the back of the fridge, there is a set of hinges set ever so delicately in the back.
Reach out. Tactile senses enhanced, feeling for some sort of latch.
You're looking around, Eventually, you find on the outside of the fridge a small series of buttons that allow the interior of the fridge to swing open inside.
Oh, God. Put my head in to see what's in there before I do anything crazy.
It is a room. It's about 10 feet across by 10 feet across. There's a small 2.5 foot by 2.5 foot table in the middle of it, just enough to look upon and see a piece of paper.
Okay. I'm going to very gently crawl through the fridge and into this weird room. Actually, I'm going to sense the unseen first.
Okay.
And then I'm going to do that. Wits and aspects. Right. Would be the pool. So I need 2 of those. 4 aspects, 3, and 1 for blood potency. That'll be another 5 successes.
There does not seem to be anyone else in this room or anything else in this room.
Okay. Gently crawl through the fridge.
The door closes behind you with a gentle click, but an obvious way to get out. There's a handle. It just happens to close automatically. You see the piece of paper that is set upon the table, and it is a note.
Okay. I read it.
At the very top of the note is a strange symbol. You have 0 dots in occult.
I have no idea what it means.
You are unsure what exactly it means, but you can tell at a glance that it is weird. It is not anything that you've seen in popular media before, as far as you can tell. And underneath, the note is written in a language that I am sure you do not speak, for it is not English or French.
Okay.
It is on a fresh piece of paper, and as you're staring at it, you hear a voice coming from outside in the kitchen. It is Archon Grafton.
Okay. I very quickly take out my phone, make sure it's on silent, so there's no sound coming from the camera or anything like that. I take a photo of this.
Okay.
And then I put it in my pocket and I press my ear up to the door. As quietly as I can.
Yes. No, I'm going to. I understand. You're not going to tell me what to do. Don't start with that. I know you get pushy. No, I get it. Yeah, you're hungry. No. No, this is fine. It's fine. And it's going according to plan. It is okay. Strathcona is going to wake up. He's going to be inoculated, like the rest of us. We take control of him. I rule the city as a de facto leader. I'm going to abscond my position as prince, or as Archon, and I'm going to take over as prince. Kyle Strathcona, with all of his favor and all of his influences and all of the boons that are afforded to him, are going to make this a very easy transition. You have to understand there's no real way that this goes off with any problems. The Anarchs will be dead in a week. We're pinning it on them. It just happens. It's fine. I already have people in the wings to get it done. Doesn't matter who they are. No, they're not Cam, but they've been itching to hit Calgary for a while, so it's not really going to be a problem. And then we'll clean up the aftermath. I'll rule over the city, and I can finally stop being a pawn for that shithead, and I can serve something that matters. So yes, you want in, right? Okay. That's all you had to say. I will meet you in 3 nights' time. Things will go well. I promise. No, there's not gonna be... No. They won't be a problem. Trevor's going to be dealt with tonight. He's not even going to be here. I'm going to send him away. Easy. And the rest of them are pissants. The Anarchs don't have a leg to stand on. No, I don't care. If and when you decide to join me in the next few nights, we will finish it. Yeah. I've been counting on you. I know. There's none left in the city. I know. We're fine. Okay. Listen, threaten me again, and I'm going to come after you next. You can join me, or you can be crushed, because I'm serving something that is going to eat you if you decide to go against us in the city. So you can fall in line or, well. Okay, bye-bye.
As she gets to saying bye-bye, Aaron, I'm going to reach into my pocket, and I'm going to very gently, right next to that piece of paper that I can't understand, I'm going to place a toothpick on the table.
Okay.
And then I'm going to get right next to the door again and go, oh, fuck.
The door opens.
Hi, Archon.
Vincent?
It's me.
Get
Sorry.
Out. Get out.
I didn't want
Get
to
out.
interrupt. I crawl through the fridge, and then I'm almost to the door, and I turn back on a heel.
Why?
And I say, I was in there. I didn't want to interrupt. I felt like it would be rude.
How much did you hear?
I lean in, and my voice changes just a touch. And she hears Uptown's voice. And I say to her, I know fucking everything, Archon, and no one is going to believe you. And I'd like to use dementation.
Okay.
So that will be, I believe, manipulation and dominate.
And that is
Double check.
against...
That's what I need to check.
Thank you.
Dementation is versus composure and intelligence.
Okay.
Manipulation and dominate. And I'm going to rouse the blood.
Okay.
I am fine. So... And 1 for... I'm going to spend a willpower. I can only re-roll 1 dice, but it's worth it. Nine successes with a critical.
Grafton freezes for a moment and feels that cold chill of paranoia start to creep across them. However, that does not stop them from responding. You are so very lucky that we are in Elysium. I will see you dead. There will be no chance for you to join us. There will be no chance for sublimation and ascension. You will die. It will be harsh. It will be drawn out. And then you will meet the sun.
Well, Archon, sometimes life is running your tongue over the empty socket of a rotten tooth. I hope your evening is as eventful as it deserves to be. Toodles. And he vanishes out the door.
We're going to smash cut right back to Lupe, Jasmine, and the Archon. So, when last we left this, Jasmine was speaking of a coin flip. An ultimate decision. Lupe, can I please get a wits plus insight?
Okay. Okie dokie. That's 3 successes.
3 successes? Okay.
Yeah.
You have lived multiple decades in Kindred existence. You have seen people be put to task. You have seen them attacked, beaten, slain. There is an intonation to Jasmine's voice that feels so very final. An incredibly powerful push. Derision in her voice, malice dripping from her tongue, death in her eyes. You've seen it. You saw it when Deacon pulled the trigger on the volley. It is the same fucking look. You get a little bit of a sinking feeling in your gut. But Jasmine looks to Archon Grafton. And you've heard rumors of this kind of power before. That someone could so very completely take over someone's mind and make them do the unthinkable. Jasmine pins the Archon with her gaze. Kill yourself. The Archon is going to make a roll. This roll is with a 6 dice penalty.
Oof.
The Archon needs to beat 4 successes. The Archon has 4 dice. She could do it. That is a 3, a 3, a 2, and a 10. Jasmine quietly walks over to the place where Ratombre was standing, leans up against the bookshelf. Archon Grafton pulls out a lighter and starts piling books in the center of the room. She lights the lighter and starts igniting the pages.
Oh, no. I look at Jasmine.
Jasmine does not meet your eyes. The blaze starts to burn. Archon Grafton looks back to you guys, shaking, head twitching. Her mouth opens, and backlit by a now fairly substantial book fire. A cacophony of voices comes from her throat. You're going to burn me. You're going to burn me. A piece of eternity. This weak thing that I am riding would throw itself onto the pyre for you. I am not her. You have not been given the opportunity to join me, and thus I cannot fault you for what you are doing. But truly, you're making a horrendous mistake here. I don't die with this. And for every piece of me that dies, the angrier I get. Jasmine walks up, looks to you, Lupe. She looks like almost as if she's questioning her decision. And then she kicks Archon Grafton directly in the center of the chest onto the fire. Silently, Archon Grafton burns. A strange green smoke comes off of her body, erupting towards the ceiling as the fire suppression system kicks on, raining down murky, brackish water onto the room. Before that gets too terribly messy, we're going to zoom out. There's one room that has been left mostly unattended, guarded by several figures. It is the casket that carries the body of Kyle Strathcona. December.
Yes.
Inside of the viewing chamber for the different museum pieces of this establishment, the casket of Kyle Strathcona stands as a centerpiece, surrounded by 5 ghouls, all toting fully automatic weapons, guarding it with as much fervor as you've seen, attentive, scanning the room. You sit and you wait. You were told there was going to be a distraction of some sort, that there was going to be some sort of way for you to get in. The fire alarm blares. Water starts raining down from the ceiling. The building seems to be somehow ablaze. But you see it. A golden opportunity to get inside the room and do what you need to do.
As soon as they exit, December is attempting to slip her way inside unseen.
Can I get a dexterity and stealth?
Okay. 3 successes.
3 successes? Okay. You creep your way into the viewing chamber, delicately pressing yourself against walls, taking cover behind displays, and eventually making your way to the center of the room, where the well-lit casket laid. It's open, and you see a husk of a man. Eyes sunken in deeply to his face, lips thin, hairline sunken, pulled back on the scalp, fingernails extended through the act of the body decaying and drying out. Skin like paper, flesh gray. There are blackish green veins running throughout his body, from the top of his temples down through his neck towards his heart. This
particular... Go ahead.
This is the powerful man that was apparently killed all those nights ago, that everyone has been scrambling to learn the truth about. And you have him right here before you.
This vein patterning, is this familiar? Is this something December has seen before?
Give me an intelligence plus occult, please.
Okay. That is a good... Four successes.
It seems to be indicative of that same fungal growth that you had seen within that chamber. It's not as pronounced on his flesh as some of the others that you had seen that had gone far past this point. If anything, it seems to be receding.
Interesting. Okay. Based off of the alarm, does December have an idea of how much time she might have? Because I'm thinking there's the ward to be done, but there's also something else she might do if she thinks she has the time.
You have about as long as you think. You're assuming that the ghouls ran off because of a directive that they had to protect someone that superseded this. So as long as it takes to run from one side of the building, investigate, and come back, you've got maybe 15 minutes.
Okay. Then December's going to start tasking the ward against ghouls first. And looking at the coffin itself,
Yeah.
Is there like a mechanism to open, or is it completely open already?
It's completely open already.
Is there a lid there, or is it just open?
Completely open casket.
Okay. So then she's gonna place the ward on the upper part of the casket itself, because I think it can't cover the entire thing.
Okay.
Yeah. So what she does is takes a piece of chalk out of her extremely tiny clutch purse that she's brought with her. It's a piece of orangish red chalk that she uses to quickly begin drawing. And she draws a ritual circle that is reminiscent of an astrological birth chart, but the symbols instead that are used are occult symbols, are alchemical symbols, are natural symbols referring to different elements. And once she's completed her chalk outline that gives the precise guidelines of what she needs to do, she takes her ritual dagger, cuts herself, and uses the metal rose she's been wearing in her hair as the tool to draw her blood over the chalk markings and to
Okay.
inscribe the
Okay.
word.
You take your time. You apply the occult symbols. You write them in your blood, tracing over the chalk, covering the body of Kyle Strathcona. You understand the gravity of what you're doing, tampering with the body of a prince, tampering with the body of someone who you know is so powerful. As you finish up the very last symbol, you hear behind you. What are you doing?
Who's behind?
You
She
turn
turns to
around.
look at finishing that last symbol.
Mm-hmm. You see 9 feet tall, gigantic features, slowly materializing out of what appears to be thin air, with a colossal executioner's axe strapped to his back, blood-coated, dusty jacket, ripped jeans, shit-kicker boots equally stained and crusted with blood, is who can really only be the sheriff.
Hello? It's a mighty big axe you've got there. I heard there was some danger. There are alarms going off.
Doesn't concern me.
And does this really concern you?
He's my prince.
I'm not doing anything to hurt him.
You're warding him. Why?
I have reason to believe he's in danger from other forces here.
Grafton.
One of many, yes. I was thinking bending the rules in order to protect someone so important is probably the right choice here, rather than allowing something horrible to happen via negligence instead.
2 wrongs don't make a right. You're breaking the rules of Elysium.
And I'm sure Strathcona would try me once those pesky other problems have been resolved.
Who told you to do this?
I chose to do this.
No, you didn't. People like us don't choose to do anything. We're told. We're not old enough to really make those decisions. Who holds your leash? Who told you to do this?
Not currently leashed, thank you. You know, you don't have to be either if you don't want to.
I serve individuals that hold actual power. Kyle Strathcona was taken out by someone who thought that they had power, but now he's back. Grafton has made a mistake, and it seems to have cost her her life. You now stand here looking to stop something. I want to know who's stopping it.
you don't want to know what's being stopped? Because you're not. You could walk right over anytime.
In less than the blink of an eye, he seems to teleport towards you. A pop in the air, a snap of vacuum pressure air, and he's standing before the coffin that holds the prince.
Be perfectly safe for you. And she is masking how unsettled she is after that movement.
I should kill you. On principle.
I thought you were here for him, not for Elysium.
I'm not here for Elysium. I'm here to serve my prince.
I've done no harm to your prince.
He can't speak for himself, but I do know that for many, many years, he loathed having blood magic in the court, and he would hate to be covered in the ruins of someone from House Karna.
Is Karna the problem, or is it the magic?
He and Karna have history.
Something I'd love to hear all about when he's feeling up to it.
The sheriff places a gigantic hand on his axe, and the other reaches out for your shoulder.
Is the vibe of this an incoming attack?
Not yet.
Okay, then December will say, it's only fair for me to own up to any issues that have arisen to those I have wronged. Perhaps we wait until Strathcona is back among us to resolve this issue.
You're not in a
I'm
position to
happy to
negotiate,
surrender
December.
myself. I'm happy to surrender myself, should you choose. But I don't really want to be beheaded today.
That will suffice.
You want to know where to find me? And she'll hold out one of her ensorcelled business cards. You can come find me if you want to.
I know where you
You've
live.
seen what I've done. My reputation precedes me. If you'll consider, there's a lot of information that I have that someone who cares deeply about Strathcona and how he got here might be interested in. Maybe instead of retaliation, something else can be worked out.
His hand squeezes down on your shoulder to the point of discomfort. And you can feel the bones of your scapula start to bend ever so slightly. And were you a mortal, this would be an intensely bruising pressure. I don't relish killing, but I do what I'm told. And the very last command that was given to me by Prince Strathcona was to ensure his safe return. And then he looks down to you. You see that his eyes are jet black. Is what you're doing going to bring him back?
I'm not working to bring him back or stop him from being brought back. I want to make sure no one else stops him from being brought back.
He lets go of your shoulder. He takes his hand off of his axe. I think that you should stay.
I think I should stay too. Anyone else could come in here now that he's unattended. I can help watch for them.
He turns around away from you. And he limbers his axe out of the sheath on his back. And he stands in front of the casket and in front of you.
So it's like him, December, casket.
Yeah.
Okay.
I hope whatever you have done does not make me slay you tonight.
Would seeing what else has happened here recently make you want to slay me? Because there's more I was planning to do. Not to him. Just to this room.
You're an Anarch. You are a Tremere. You make a habit of consorting with individuals of ill repute. I don't blame you for this. I understand. Not everyone has the privilege of being trained and brought up within the tower since their embrace. But if I was given the order, yes, I would slay you without hesitation.
But you haven't yet been given said orders, so I can continue with my business? Again, I promise you, I'm not doing anything to your prince. I'll even do it within your eyesight if you prefer.
Do what you need to do.
Excellent. And this time, December is not focused on Strathcona or the coffin, but she just kneels down on the floor, and it's the floor of the room that she places her bloody handprint onto and lifts it up, and the blood begins to glow and then spread into the ground, and she casts Spirit's Touch.
Okay.
So this is to gain insight into what was done in the recent history of this location. So the emotional residue left by those who have visited the location in the past, not only that person, but what was done and under what circumstances, and it costs a rouse check. I do get hungry. Okay, so this is intelligent of aspects. So many die. Okay, we are going to spend a willpower here. Bear with me. Okay, good. Six successes. Critical.
That is a very, very fortunate number. The difficulty for a check like this on Spirit's Touch is difficulty 6. Where precisely were you Spirit's touching?
The walking area directly around the coffin. I think December's most interested in what happened in here in the vicinity of Strathcona.
Okay.
The location part is vague, so I'm not sure how much of a space you feel is appropriate to
Sure, yeah.
cover.
You catch fuzzy details surrounding this coffin. You see Grafton. You see Howley. You hear snippets of conversation. All things that you were fairly certain of. Grafton is discussing, well, we need to infect him. The moment that he wakes up, we're going to have him feed, and the vessel is going to be one of us, and then he will be what he is. He'll become our pawn. You catch a conversation from a little bit later. I want to know precisely who keeps spying on me. I feel like it's one of the Anarchs, but I can't nail who. It goes a little bit further. Grafton is standing there. All alone. So, my good prince, I know you can hear me. When you wake up, you need to understand. Our group is going to finally merge, and we're going to rule the city. We're going to rise up, and the blood of Enkidu will flow through you. Finally. You will be subsumed. I will be subsumed. He will rise again. And from his maw will spill forth the beasts that will consume this world. And that's what you get.
December kneels there considering this, very troubled. And then she says out loud, "Hey, Sheriff, can I tell you a little story?"
I think that your story should wait. There's people coming. You hear the tromping of footsteps, the thunder of large boots careening around corners, stamping upstairs.
As this is happening, December says to the sheriff, "If you help protect me, I'll help you with Strathcona. I have valuable intel."
Now that Grafton's gone, I don't need your help. He teleports to just beside the door. The door blows off of its hinges. And we are going to smash cut to Texas. Texas.
Yep.
You're running through the snow, carrying remains. You're startled. There's a sort of almost bubbly, effervescent, light blue silhouette of a creature that starts floating before you. A woman. Seems mostly indistinct, kind of plain feminine features. December's in danger. You need to help her.
I got one arm. What do you mean they're in danger?
You gonna let her die?
You're a dick. Who are you?
I've been watching you. I'm the only other person that December ever actually connected with. I'm risking myself by even coming here. But I've seen the way that she looks at you. Go and save her.
Oh, where is she?
She's in the upstairs viewing room. She'll be gunned down in less than a minute if you don't hurry.
Oh, fuck.
Please.
And, is there like a dumpster, trash can, anything? Recycling bin, shit. I'll take a daycare. I don't know.
Yeah, absolutely. You see like an abandoned car that has its trunk open.
Oh, that's perfect. Tosses the remains in the trunk, takes a Zippo, throws it in the gas tank, and then starts bounding back towards
Jesus
the.
Christ! All right, yeah. Okay.
It starts, and it's extremely feral. Like even with his one arm, he is still Wolverine, like going for it.
Okay. Would you like to spend any blood in order to heal? All of your wounds are superficial.
Yes, I would.
If you're at least blood potency 2, then you heal 2 superficial for every rouse check you make.
Okay, I am. Let's do this. Rouse. That one success. Okay, I'm gonna rouse one more time.
Okay.
We'll see. Oh, we out here. Okay, cool. 4 superficial. I'm just gonna start off with that. How far away am I from getting back to?
Maybe a kilometer, not far.
Okay, no one's walking around.
Are you looking for like a quick feed? The Elysium grounds have been, and the surrounding environs have been intentionally kept clear of mortals for the purposes of a gigantic gathering of vampires. You will not find an easy feed.
Shit. Okay, and I only got a minute. Okay, screw it. We're out here. I make my way back to the building. They said, where is she?
Second floor viewing room. You know where it is.
Just
bound through the window.
Yeah.
Okay.
And honestly, I think just with that, if there is a window, he busts through like ready to go.
You stand just about to jump at the bottom of the window, and then you see the flash and crack of gunfire. The sound of an explosion blowing the door open. And then you crash through the window, leaping. You see before you December standing near the casket of Kyle Strathcona. You see a 9-foot-tall behemoth of a Kindred swing an axe and cleave a man wielding an M16 in half. And then you see a troop of gun-toting ghouls pouring into the room. You count at least a dozen.
Texas jumps in. He sees the room. He makes eye contact with December. And December, Texas looks bad. Texas is covered in blood, missing an arm. Both sets of teeth are showing, eyes blaring red, and he's bounding for you from the window to where you are. He scoops you up, unless you do something, and he jumps out the window.
Damn, okay. I will ask for, from December and from Texas, dexterity plus athletics.
All right.
Oh!
Good.
That's 7. That's 7 of them.
Okay.
That's 7 of them. It's a Texas night for sure.
I'm just gonna rouse because I really don't have any dice for this. So, I just want to get myself one more dice to see. 3 successes on 3 dice.
Okay. Tex, your heart drops as you see December lit up with automatic gunfire. They come in, they level guns. You're about to scoop her up, and December, you take 5 superficial damage.
And that's just not good.
You scoop her up, dive out of the window, and you land in the snow. You hear sounds behind you of graphic violence. Metal slamming into flesh. Gunfire. It is a nightmare scene unfolding. It is quite literally the most unfortunate circumstance. Violence at an Elysium is tantamount to social suicide. There will be an investigation, but that's not for now. We're going to smash cut away as you dash through the snow with December in your arms. We are going to go and see what Deacon is up to. Can I presume that you left Elysium?
Yes.
Okay.
I performed the task that I was asked to do, and I trust my sire to perform whatever she told me she was going to do.
Okay.
At the very least, I am in the cusp. I'm down the street. I'm driving away.
Yeah.
I probably saw Texas going the opposite direction. or a shadow just like, that's weird. All right.
You receive... You have a headset to your ghouls, right?
Z and I have been in contact this whole time. It's going to ask you, are there any high-rise buildings around where this Elysium has been taking place?
There is not.
Okay.
But you do receive a quick little chirp in your ear. Unless you give me directive, otherwise I'm going to be moving into the building. There's ghouls all over the place. They're opening fire.
I'm already out. What do you see?
There's 16 warm bodies, 4 cold. Grafton's dead. Lupe might be in danger. Your sire has, I think, made a pretty grave mistake. Texas ran, had December in his arms. Sheriff made an appearance. It's getting really, really messy. I would like to help extricate Lupe and your sire.
If you can, try to intercept Texas and give him a ride. I'm not far off that I can't help.
Texas can handle himself. Lupe's going to be full of lead.
Above table, who's closer, me or her?
To Texas?
Or just being back at Elysium? If I just left,
she's in the building.
Oh, motherfucker.
You told me that her and Han were very likely on the roof.
I did not say that.
I distinctly remember you saying that they were around Elysium somewhere.
Did I say she was on the roof?
You did.
I said Han was on the roof?
You said Han might be on the roof, but I wasn't gonna. That's
I said Han might.
What you say about Han is irrelevant. I can handle Han on Jasmine's behalf, but
fuck, I didn't say anything about, because in my mind, I believe I said Z was like up the watching. She didn't come in, but if you want to place her there,
I think if she was up the road, then like we could definitely play it as like she came fucking running anyway.
True. Yeah, exactly. If any way, shape, or form she felt like, oh, shit's going down, and we just ships passing in the night and didn't realize it, like her on foot, me, or just different points of egress. If I feel like she's back there, I'm going to go back.
Okay, I'm turning definitely
around.
Back.
Yeah. Dark Knight's turning back around, and I'm coming back in. But this time I have my guns.
Okay. Then we're going to play this a little bit fast and loose.
We go 3 rolls and out this.
Lupe, you and the Archon and Deacon Sire are all in this room being rained down upon. You see something distinctly unfortunate. As the fire suppression system pours down, you see Archon Grafton start to twitch and move.
Just gonna open myself.
You then hear the crack of gunshots coming from upstairs. Jasmine looks at you.
She's not dead.
She just grins. I think she's learned her lesson. I'd rather her remember me than actually die.
I wouldn't.
What's she going to do when Strathcona comes back? And everyone knows that she's got a fucking worm in her brain. What's gonna happen? Then it's us against Grafton. And we get to fucking hunt her. For what she did.
We should call a blood hunt on her for what she did.
I think we need to have a chat with Strathcona once he wakes up.
I'm gonna roll a dice for myself.
Ooh, okay.
She'll hesitate for just a second because Grafton is right there and she knows she could kill her.
Oh, yeah.
You're gonna throw your weight behind this? if I let her live.
Yeah.
All right, then. Deal.
She can
I'm
live.
sure the prince remembers me fondly.
I think him waking up is going to be very interesting.
Agreed.
Okay. We should probably go.
She's already, even with the water coming down on them, she has taken out her iPhone and has texted her security already. If they're not already on their way in because of the fucking gunshots.
You reach for the handle of the door, and the door is kicked open. And you suddenly have a high-caliber automatic weapon pointed in your face. And then you hear the telltale shot of a silenced pistol and a spray of blood, very unfortunately, gets over your already ruined outfit.
Yum.
And the man's head explodes. And standing behind him, just off to the left, is Z.
Oh. Not my boys,
Who
okay.
they've never met.
Yeah, you've never met Z.
Tall, beautiful, holding a gun. He worked for Deacon.
I think it's time to go.
Yeah.
Deacon, can
Yeah,
I get from you...
Yes. I was going to say, what does the door situation look like?
Can I please
Because
get...
if I can drive through this door...
Oh my god, that's what you're... I thought you were going to... Okay, yeah. Can I get a...
Wait, what were you going to ask? Wait, what were you going to ask?
You said you were coming back with guns? I thought I was going to be asking for, like, a dexterity and firearms test, but I would love for that to be a dexterity and drive.
Yeah, I got guns on me.
Are you blowing through the front doors of this place?
That's why the layout. Is there enough room for me to come through like some double doors and fully spin around and just be like, fucking drive back out? Or is this a thing where I'm going to have to drive back into and run in guns blazing?
When have I ever turned down some dope ass shit like that? Give me a fucking dexterity plus drive.
Let's get active. Let's go.
That's incredible. That's incredible.
Get after it, bud.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bought the military package. This isn't going to damage my vehicle
what this is for.
at all.
That's what this is for.
Dex plus... Okay,
Dex plus drive, please. Drive. We're going to call this a difficulty 5.
I'm going to blood surge.
Okay.
Because dope
shit. Absolutely. It's dope shit. To pull this off exactly how you spoke, I say that's diff 5. To come in and you're already turned around and you blew the doors off and it's totally perfect. Yeah.
I'm at 3 hunger now, but it's worth it.
Okay.
For the
aura. We know.
Yes, for the aura. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I got to burn it out of willpower.
Okay.
That was an unfortunate roll. Better. You said difficulty 5 because I crit, and that. Yes, with a crit, that is 5 exactly.
Okay.
Because I got one success on the initial roll.
Okay. So Z and Jasmine and Lupe, strangely without Isaiah or Malik, come out into the foyer.
All Z would hear in her earpiece is coming in hot.
You're all standing there, and you see the crush of a building's doorway being blown inward by a military-grade vehicle. A crash of dust and lumber and fragments of door and stone all just scatter. The loud roar of the engine, as well as the screech of tires upon the laminate floor of the foyer, and Deacon is sitting behind the wheel.
I've got one arm out, just with a pistol, just scanning, just in case I need to lay suppressing fire.
Yeah. Z looks at the car, looks at Lupe, looks at Jasmine, looks back to Lupe. Lupe, are you hiding what you're feeling right now?
I think seeing that neither Malik or Isaiah are here, she is looking around like confused.
Z looks at you and says, "Do you have assets in the building?"
They should be on the grounds, yes.
Call them.
I'm already doing that.
Ring, 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 ring. It connects. It is to an earpiece, and you hear gunshots. You hear
Isaiah?
the panicked voice of Isaiah. We're pinned down. Things are dire. It's bad. It's really bad. I'm not trained for this. There's Black Ops. I don't know what the hell's happening.
Black Ops?
We're just outside on the ground. This is not good. West side of the building. West side of the building.
West side of the building.
Malik's
She says out
bleeding.
loud. Oh, hell no. My babies. Give me a gun.
Are you saying, who are you saying this to?
I'm telling one of y'all to give me a gun right the fuck now.
Get
I
in
gotta
the
go get
car,
my
we'll go
boys.
get them on the way.
All right.
You hop in the car. You drive
Z, shotgun.
to the west side of the building. Z gets into the shotgun. And as you pull around the western side of the building, you see individuals firing at the building. And it is just behind some stonework that is holding topiaries. The individuals being fired on. You know that this is Malik and Isaiah.
Once again, I want to try to do a spin out to where Z is facing whoever's firing so that she can fire.
Mm-hmm.
And then when and as we're turning, the trunk of the SUV is opening so they can just plop right in, but she's giving suppressing fire.
Okay.
Because she is she's a trained marksman. This is the shit she does.
Easy quarter turn. Easy quarter turn.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. You execute the turn, and it opens. The vehicle is absolutely lit up with fire. It's all bulletproof. Z opens up suppressing fire, and they crawl into the back. One of them is dragging the other. Isaiah is pulling Malik into the vehicle.
As soon as I'm sure I can pull the door can close by a button. As soon as they're in, I'm taking off. As soon as I know that they're covered by the bulletproofness of the car,
Yeah.
I'm taking off.
Okay. You peel out from the location, driving onto a main thoroughfare. It's the smell of blood that sort of brings you to the attention in the back. Lupe, you're looking at Malik. Malik has several gunshot wounds. Mortals don't handle those well.
No, they don't.
His eyes, their eyes are glassy. They're looking up at the ceiling.
Yeah, she's kind of piled into the back to get close to them. She ripped her dress so she could move more easily. She doesn't give a fuck. And she's touching his face, and can I hear his heartbeat? Does he sound like he's dying, or does he sound like I might be able to help him with Vitae?
I will ask for a wits and medicine.
Okay. Okay, wit. I have nothing in medicine, so it's just wits. Love that for me. It is 2 successes, though, I will say.
You can absolutely hear a very faint heartbeat.
Oh, no.
Malik has lost a lot of blood, and the shock has set in.
Oh, my boy. Okay. I'm gonna try Vitae first.
Okay.
If it doesn't look like it's helping, I'm gonna cut my palm and hold it up to his lips.
Make a rouse check.
Okay.
What was the roll for medicine? I know Z has
wits and
medical,
medicine. Yeah.
It's a success.
Because Z has some medical skill.
Mm-hmm.
Her wits is ridiculous.
It's a success.
A success. Okay. You do not gain. You don't gain any hunger. And Malik is slowly drinking the blood. It's at least running down their throat. And you see the wounds start to seal. It looks like they're going to survive. But you're not a doctor. And you don't know what's going on inside of them.
Can I rouse again?
You can.
I'm gonna do that.
Okay. Z
Success.
Z does look in the back. Just to look. As you pour more Vitae down, Z just pipes up quietly. That's a lung and a heart shot, girl. You got a decision to make.
And is Malik looking at least a little bit more conscious?
Glassy-eyed. Their wounds are healing. Their pain seems to be subsiding. Their heart is pumping blood into their chest cavity.
Fuck. I kind of look at Isaiah because they all know what they signed up for. I don't think he wants this.
I don't think he'd be ready for it.
I don't think...
I don't,
Do we think if I get him to the hospital, he'll survive?
I don't think so.
Are you sure?
I look at Z. It doesn't look like it.
He needed to be in the OR about 5 minutes ago.
Z, there's nothing you can do. There's a rudimentary med kit. There's something.
I can't. Deacon, I
You
can't do
can't
open
stop
heart
the bleed.
surgery.
It's either I change him or he dies. That's the choice right now.
Okay, so what? Why are we? Then save him.
Lupe just shakes her head. I don't want to lose him, but he doesn't want this. He wouldn't want this. I'm not gonna do that to him.
But Deacon says, well, then save him. He does look in the mirror at Jasmine as just like a thing of like, well, like looking for some sort of confirmation that he's right in this moment.
Can't. She just like slowly shakes her head.
I can't do that to him. Not to someone who doesn't want it.
Jasmine looks at Malik, looks at Deacon, and then back to Lupe. We can make sure that he didn't die for nothing. This is what happens when psychopaths get in charge. This is what happens when cities change hands and there isn't an actual power structure in place to take hold. Sycophantic, power-hungry monsters like Grafton have wet work operatives fire on Elysium because they have a worm in their fucking brain. We do right by Malik by putting down the thing that's in the sewers.
You can tell that she heard Jasmine, but she's just holding Malik. Brushing his locks back.
I think, as far as Jasmine goes, because she's the only person in this chronicle that knew Deacon when he was also human before he was Kindred, she can see in his eyes the moment of, well, why don't you do this thing? To, okay, so I guess he's going to die. Like, she sees that moment of, we could do a thing, you're not going to do it. We're okay, so I'm moving on.
Mm-hmm.
And that, for the audience at home, is 3 dots of composure Deacon is. A very much a, oh, I wanted to do this, we can't. Hard cut. All right, we're moving on.
I'm here if you want to talk about Uptown next.
Yeah, okay.
Tell me about the ambush that's planned for the Baron.
Wait, one more time?
I heard the Archon saying that they were going to take care of the Baron tonight.
Who are you talking to?
Hiya, folks.
Yeah, there he is. Who are you
I
talking
follow
to?
the Baron out.
You follow the Baron out. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Notably absent.
Was he got by somebody in here? I'm looking for a trail. I smell.
No, you can follow. You can definitely follow the Baron out.
Yeah. I'm obfuscated. I don't tell him. I know the ambush is coming. I have Check the Trunk and Side Hustler available to get both of us out of whatever's planned for him.
You see the Baron several times after your interaction with the Archon check his phone.
Mm-hmm.
You see him talking to Fox.
Actually, I
And-
text him.
Okay.
I say, something's up. He gets a text from Uptown. Something's up. I'm on your 6. Be ready.
He looks around. smirks a bit. You get a text back.
Mm-hmm.
I can't leave unless I know that Lupe's safe.
I text Deacon. You got Lupe?
I believe in this car, my phone is connected to the dash, so I see a text message pop up, and it just says, just toothpicks.
What is that? What's that? Sorry?
It says glasses, toothpicks. It does not say. It does not say Uptown.
Mm-hmm.
And then the message pops up. You got Lupe.
Question mark.
And he just hands his phone over to Z. Could you respond? Yes. I don't like to text and drive.
Just use text to speech. Yeah, yes. Tap it.
Okay. I text
Brother,
the Baron
you
back.
got the military package.
Yeah. I text the Baron back. Deacon's got her. We're good.
You get a text from the Baron again.
Mm-hmm.
I'm supposed to be attacked tonight.
I text back. I'm down to make a fucking mess and find out who it is if you are.
I'd rather... You get another text. I'd rather get attacked, have proof, and pin it on the people that did it.
I got your 6 either way.
You wait just a little while longer.
Mm-hmm.
The Baron and Fox get up on the roof.
Yeah.
There
I get on
You get on where?
Sorry, I get on a rooftop across the street, and with
No street.
check
This is an estate.
Oh, okay.
Singular building.
I'll make my way to a point where I can see the top of the building. If that's the top of the building, then it is what it is.
Yeah.
And with check the trunk, I have something a little more high-powered than usual, and I'm waiting under obfuscate.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It is a massive amount of Grafton's ghouls. It seems as if she brought to task every single ghoul that she had to this gather tonight. There was going to be some sort of execution. The prince was supposed to wake up, get inoculated. The homunculus was going to speak up. A rite of execution was going to be committed against the anarchs that were gathered. It's all coming together.
Mm-hmm.
The Baron, along with the ridiculous suppressive fire from you, a blur of a kindred that is Fox, seem to cut through some of the ghouls. The Baron wielding a gigantic sword. Something just ridiculous. Just cleaving through like guts. Like just a gigantic slab of iron, unreasonable for a mortal man to wield, and he's swinging it around with one hand as if a martial expert with it. He is cleaving people in half. He is cutting them in half the long way. It is a blur of violence and gore. He leaves the rooftop splattered, and when it becomes obvious that this... It's like if you've seen the movie The Raid, or perhaps Dread, or any familiar, any movie that is of that sort, where there are just waves of faceless goons. They just keep coming. And eventually, he and Fox have seen enough. Your gun has run dry.
Mm-hmm.
And they leave.
I leave with those two.
Okay.
Yeah.
The Baron, if you're actually traveling with him, and Fox.
Yeah.
The Baron says, I have no idea where you learned how to shoot like that.
Have I never told you?
You haven't told me anything.
I'm former...
Ever.
I'm former CAF intelligence, dude.
What?
Yeah.
You
also,
suck.
I meant to tell you before this. It was gonna be a whole meeting. Fox, I don't give a shit that you know. I've been undercover as Vincent for the last 3 weeks now. I'm also the Malkavian Primogen. You're welcome.
We can unpack that later. But it's important work. I get it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that was the least and most pleasant evening I've had in a long time.
I think everything is going to be horrible for a little while.
Oh, yeah, everything's gonna suck going forward.
I think the city's about to get restructured in a pretty major way.
That's the biggest Charlie Foxtrot I've been in since, the 70s.
I don't think the Elysium matters.
No, it doesn't fucking matter.
No.
Oh, I have so much. Grafton was about to be working with the Sabbat. They were intending to infect the prince with whatever that was and then wake him up and then execute all of us with all of those ghouls. It's fucked.
Okay.
Yeah.
We need a meeting.
Yeah, we need a fucking Anarch-wide rant. We gotta get together.
We need a rant. We need a real rant. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I'm on it. I'm gonna organize it. We're gonna cut away from uptown. And there's just one last little loose end for the evening. Texas in December. Sprinting away from the Elysium. You get city blocks. You are to safety. Do you have anything to say to one another?
Texas checks to see if you're awake.
Yeah, I was gonna ask how, what are the implications of the 5 superficial that December is at?
How many wound tracks do you have? How many boxes do you have of health?
5.
5?
So it says 0 right now.
You're okay. Once superficial is filled, it starts filling into aggravated, and those are incredibly hard wounds to heal. You are not doing well. You are riddled with bullets. You are impaired. Your body aches. You have missing chunks of flesh. You're not looking well, but you're alive. You're conscious. You're cognizant.
Hey, you awake?
December is whispers back, barely.
Oh, that's fine.
Where did you come from?
From an alley.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm gonna. I don't think I should take you back to your shop. Your friends may freak out.
Oh, all right. They'll be worried.
Yeah, we can give them a call. I can't take you back to the MC either. All right, fine.
Tell them to leave, and we go there.
Yeah, if that'll work, we can do that.
Yeah, we'll go to the more secure part just can you give me my phone? And she's I think at this point she is struggling to even open her tiny little purse.
He sets you down and uses his one arm to open your purse, and he's like, "Here you go."
Thank you. And she'll like text because I don't think she can. No, actually, I feel like it will be harder to read. So say she just calls. Who was in the car? Rowan. Says, drive back to the house. Clear upstairs. I'm coming back, but you all should be downstairs when I do.
Yeah, okay.
And we'll go in the back. So just don't worry about it. We'll give me the rest of the night, and I'll see you tomorrow night.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
Everything's fine. Drive home, and then find something else to do.
All right, well, we'll be in the basement playing Mario Party.
Delightful. I love that for you.
Yeah.
And she hangs up. They'll need a few minutes to congregate, but yeah, take us to M3, enter through the back, go upstairs from the kitchen, and we'll be more secure upstairs.
Okay, fine. Let's go. Put you back over his shoulder, and he continues to run.
And as you put her back over your shoulder, she'll say, "This is not how I imagined inviting you over for the first time, but you gonna stay the night?"
Running, he hears it. He's like, "Yeah, that's fine." He continues to run.
You reach M3. You head upstairs. It's been cleared out. There's a simple place to sleep.
I will say, just for clarity, this is the Haven part of M3 that we're in.
Absolutely. Okay. I think
warded and comfortable.
I think we can probably fade out from there. Hey folks, that's it for the evening. Thanks for joining us. This was a hell of a ride tonight. I knew things were going to be a little hectic. There was some loss, some drama, some complications. A lot to unpack over the next few chapters for sure. We will see you next Saturday for an interlude. We are putting a pin in the natural progression of the Chronicle in order to look back into the past. But stay tuned. It's going to be just as much fun. Now, I'll ask the same thing that I ask every time we end the stream. Is T-Pain live?
He is.
He is.
Let's go. Tremendous. What? Is T-Pain's raid settings do not allow you to raid at this time? That's fucked up.
What the hell?
That is fucked up. I don't agree.
That's fucked
Mr.
up.
Tylenol pain relief. That's disrespectful.
Yeah. T-Pain. Come on. Nope.
You're not
won't let
allowed
us.
to raid me today.
Yeah.
Mr. Teddy Pinder has down. Surge pin setting.
Change your settings.
Yeah.
Change your settings, Mr. Payne. We'll who do we got?
Sylvie's doing a subathon.
Yeah, we'll go into Sylvie. Sylvie's been on the channel before. Sylvie's great.
Sylvie would love to hear me say that she fucks severely. So
Is that not? Oh yeah, right. There it is. Go say hi to Sylvie. Sylvie's a homie. You know, has been a cast member in the past. Is a wonderful role player. Great individual. Tell her that fucking Story Dad sent you. We'll catch you next Saturday for an interlude. You're gonna have to wait to see what this fucking mess turns into a couple of weeks from now. But yeah, we'll see you later. Bye-bye.
Bye.
bye-bye. Oh my god.
I am